Hi everyone, welcome to A Godly Home. This video is part of the Struggle Meals collaboration going on at City Girl Homestead. Now I almost didn't post this video because I got a phone call while I was filming it and I wasn't able to finish filming. But Becky had asked me to do some cooking with cabbage, and so I'm going to go ahead and show it anyways. And hopefully you guys can read between the lines and hopefully it helps someone even though it's not entirely there. Welcome to A Godly Home. We are going to start tonight's struggle meal by making some homemade pasta. If you've never made homemade pasta, it's very easy. Okay, we're going to add 2 cups of flour to our bowl. I'm using unbleached. When you're struggling, one of the things that I like to do is keep the amount of ingredients that I'm buying to a minimum, so it costs me less per week at the grocery store. Flour can be used for so many different things versus buying all the individual things. A 5-pound bag of flour will do the week and give a variety of things that can be made from it. Okay, we're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I want to add some pepper to this. I have never added the pepper right to it before, but for whatever reason tonight I was thinking, that might be so good to add a good amount of black pepper to the pasta itself. Now I'm just going to take my fork and stir those in. And then I'm going to add a teaspoon of olive oil, or you can use any oil you have. Any oil, any butter, any type of fat you have. Just use what you got. Okay, and then I'm going to crack 2 eggs in there. And I'm going to add some water next. And we're going to do 1/3 cup of water. All right, now I'm just going to stir. With the fork. Okay. Okay, I want it a little drier than that. going to sprinkle just a little bit more on there. Okay, now any flour left in my bowl is going to go right out onto the table, and I'm going to go get my rolling pin. Okay guys, and I am not a fancy cook. I am just a from scratch cook. So I'll show you how I cut this. Pizza cutter. So I wasn't able to show how I cooked this pasta, but the only thing that I did was when I got done cutting this, I put it back in its mixing bowl and left it there until I was ready to cook it. Then I put the whole pound into boiling water, and as soon as it floated to the top, I scooped it out and it was ready to go. I'm going to turn the water on to heat, and I'm going to add a little bit of salt and olive oil to it. Okay, over in this cast iron pan on medium heat, I have got half of a Hillshire Farms kielbasa here, and this was $3.99 a package on sale, and it's just half of it, so that's going to be very inexpensive. Okay, while that is getting brown, cabbage at my store right now is 99 cents a pound, and this cabbage weighs 3.3 pounds, and it came to $3.27. We are going to use half of it. Okay, I'm going to put the other half in the fridge for another meal. I'm going to take that core out of there and throw it in the freezer with my bag of stuff for veggie broth. I'm going to take the outer leaves off. And then I'm going to rinse the cabbage really well. Okay, now this is going to go over the homemade pasta, but if you can't have a lot of carbs, because we've done a lot of really big carby kind of meals here, just eat this part and put some cheese, shredded cheese on top, then have like some sliced tomatoes or something on the side. We can adjust these meals if we need to. Okay, there's not going to be enough grease with just that little bit of kielbasa. If you've got bacon grease, go ahead and add that. I don't at the moment. I'm going to add a little olive oil. Then I'm going to add some seasoning salt. I'm going to add some pepper. And where I don't have a lot of meat, I'm going to add a piece of onion. Onions and cabbage are much, much cheaper than meat. And if you buy your onions in the bag when they're on sale, they're very inexpensive. You can get a lot of onions for a little of nothing. Look how beautiful that's starting to look. And you can get a Roma tomato for about 99 cents a pound, and it's going to ring up at about 30 cents when you check out at the store. And that's going to give you, you know, a side if you can't have the pasta. Okay, we're going to continue letting this cook on medium heat. So this is the point that I ended up getting a phone call. The only thing that I did was put this over the pasta. Thanks for watching. Bye.